Today I'm going to show you how to edit new RAW files with old versions of Lightroom. One of the questions I get asked a lot is about RAW files from the latest cameras not working in Lightroom, so I thought I'd address this problem today. As cameras get more and more sophisticated, the programming changes, as do the structures of the RAW files. Now, I'm not a computer programmer, so I apologize if I'm not using the correct terms, but I'll try and break it down in layman's terms. So when a new camera does come out, a lot of the time it takes a few weeks for companies like Adobe to bring out an update to then be able to read these new RAW files in software like Lightroom and Photoshop. However, if you're using an old version of Lightroom, these files won't work, as Adobe generally only brings out updates for their latest CC software. So I'm specifically talking about users of Lightroom 5.0, and I think the latest update of that is 5.6. Now I can see how annoying this might be, especially if you did buy Lightroom 5.0 back in 2013 when it was released. But this is over 6 years old and times have changed, and that subscription model has moved on a lot since it first came out. Now I get it, there are those of you that don't like the subscription model. When it first came out, I really hated it, but I've kind of gotten used to it, and unfortunately there's not much else we can do. Adobe has stuck to this subscription model and they're going to continue to do so. In saying that, Adobe has put so much time and effort into the different bits of software that it provides for us that I think if you're going to spend thousands of pounds on your camera gear, then the photography package of $9.99 a month is actually quite a small investment. Now, before you start angrily commenting below, I'm not sponsored by them and I don't have any kind of affiliations with them. I pay for the full package, and as I edit in Premiere Pro, I'm paying for the full package. And so I'm a full price customer. I just think it's a great way to support a company that has developed so many different advanced bits of software for us to make the job of editing as easy and as quick as possible. But in saying all of that, if you still refuse to upgrade from Lightroom 5.6, this is the way you can get around it. You need to convert your images to DNG RAW files, and then they will work just fine. To do this, I'd suggest copying and backing up your RAW files so you do have a copy of the originals if you ever want to use them at a later date. Then download a free DNG converter, and funnily enough, Adobe has their own DNG converter, although there are many others out there that do a great job. I've got 2 links in the description, one for Windows and one for Mac. So whichever of these operating systems you use, there is a version for you. Now if you use Linux, you may have to use a third-party DNG converter, but I'm sure there's plenty out there. Once you have it, download it, install this free software and start converting your RAW files. It's pretty straightforward, and the program just has an input-output system. First of all, open up Adobe Dng Converter. You'll be presented with this window, and all you'll need to do is follow the instructions top to bottom. Click on Select Folder and find the RAW files you want to convert. I've put some in this RAW files folder as an example. Once the folder is selected, click Select. Next, you want to tell it where to put the DNG files, so click Select Folder in this next section. I'm going to put them on a hard drive, but in a new folder that I'll call DNG Converted, and then click Select. In this next section, you can rename the files, but I'm going to keep them the same. You can also change the preferences of the RAW files. In this advanced section, you can choose the compatibility level, so if your version of Lightroom still doesn't read them once they're converted, change this to an older DNG type to suit. You can also change the preview JPEG size. This is the initial image seen by the computer. The smaller it is, the quicker it will load. With these 2 bottom checkboxes, I'd keep lossy compression off, and if you've backed up your original RAW files like I did earlier, keep this last box unchecked as well. Once you've done all that, click on Convert. If you have thousands of images to convert, this may take a while, and when they are all done, it will say conversion was successful at the top of this window. Then click OK and quit the program. Now if I look in the folder, the DNG files will be there and ready to edit. Once you've converted them all, you should be able to now import them into Lightroom 5.6 and probably older versions of Lightroom as well. I would recommend using the latest versions of software, whether it's Capture One, Luminar, Lightroom or Photoshop. And if you're going to invest in your camera kit, like I've already said, why not invest in the software you're going to be editing them on as well? After all, you're going to be spending a lot of time with the program, so you might as well get the easiest editing software that you can find. As always, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. And for weekly tutorials, hints and tips in photography and videography, subscribe and make sure you turn on notifications. I'll see you next time.